There's so many different reasons to have things that help you show up as the identity that you want to be, so you can actually do the thing that you want to do.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the unfaltering convo I had with Amy Ledin in our last episode.
The what convo?
Unfaltering.
Unfaltering.
Yeah.
Love that.
If you haven't yet listened to that interview, you are definitely going in and out of order, but that's fine. It's totally fine. We
don't do perfection here.
We
cool.
don't. But also, this kicks off our habits series.
This one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
We are in the habits series. You don't even know.
I know. That's amazing. Well, I
You're
was
in
going to
it.
comment that it was coming up because the two of you talked a lot about habits.
Yeah. Yeah. So she kicked us off. So
Okay.
there's an interview in case the way I talk about habits doesn't exactly work for you. Amy is a great person at habits. And then several episodes, they're like 15, 20 minutes of me actually just like breaking down how habits work. And so you'll have episodes you can actually come back to anytime you need to go back through a habit.
Love that.
I know.
So this is 611. So just remember, episode 611 kicks off the habit series.
Well, 610.
Oh, the interview with her.
Yes.
610.
Yes.
So yeah, the last episode.
Yes.
So you really should go back and listen to it if you haven't already.
Yes.
It's worth it.
You should. But before that, you'll listen to us talk about how today is December 4th, 2025, and it's World Wildlife Conservation Day. According to Brad's notes, it's day. Day. All right. World Wildlife Conservation Day is on December 4th, and we're so excited to spread awareness about preserving Earth's endangered flora and fauna. What do you think the most invasive species on the Earth is? Monkeys, catfish, locusts? Well, I'm just going to pause. Before I say what I'm about to say, the second to the last sentence does make me feel like these people do care about the animals. And I'm going to bring it back to the animals. But we do have to talk about how it's us, humans. And it's not because you're not having enough babies, ladies. That's not it at all. Actually, it's because nature's most magnificent, are we really nature's most magnificent creatures, world wildlife people? I don't think so. Are becoming endangered and being pushed to the brink of extinction by the greed of some humans. Okay, so real animals.
They're saying that animals and plants are being pushed to extinction because of humans.
Because of humans.
Yeah,
okay.
So.
All right. So, I see. We're the most invasive species.
That's right. We are the most invasive
We are the most, I read that as endangered.
No,
so,
humans.
Okay. So I'll take it all. Well, first of all, we don't need to have any more babies because we are the most invasive species. There it is. But it's true. I just get so tired of people thinking like we're going to run out of people. We're not going to run out of people because the earth is going to get too hot for people because we are being assholes. So this is causing irreparable harm to the wildlife ecosystem. So just so you know, here are the animals that are in danger right now. One of the most rarest cats in the world is the Amur leopard. There's only about 100 of them left. The vaquita is a small porpoise from the Gulf of California with only 8 to 13 estimated to be left. And the rhino, multiple species are actually critically endangered, largely due to poaching for their horns. And it's really sad about the rhino because have you seen a baby rhino? They're so cute. The orangutan, all species of orangutans are critically endangered because of the habitat loss from deforestation, and they're being hunted or captured as infants. I watched this incredible thing about how they're trying to create habitats for orangutans, but then they have to take the orangutans that are used to being around people and like teach them to be orangutans again. It's really quite cute. The Saola, Saola, an elusive forest-dwelling animal in the Annamite Mountains, sometimes called the Asian unicorn. Saola. An Asian unicorn, well, we got to see this. Sunda pangolin, overexploited for their meat and scales with illegal trade and a major threat. And then the bugs, we got to be worried about the Salt Creek tiger beetle, the butterflies, the McCarthy's plant louse, and a giant torrent midge. Do we need the midgies? I don't know if that's the same as the midgie in Scotland.
What is it?
Giant torrent midge.
All right. Images.
Ooh.
I don't actually know what I'm looking at here.
AI is giving me 75 different kinds of animals, none of which I think are the midge.
It feels like it's kind of in the antlered world, but a bunch of bugs came up. So.
Yeah, a bunch. But did you find the Asian unicorn?
I did, and it actually is like this spindly horned, like.
Okay, you know what it looks like, everyone? It looks
antelope.
It looks like the target dog on a deer with horns. It does. Not white, but like the snout.
It's the bull terrier face.
Yeah.
But it has antlers that are spinning, like spindly. Well, they spin.
All of this to say we are endangering
twist.
And we're endangering a lot of animals. And when one animal goes, it actually affects a whole chain. And as humans, I think that we are really we're too self-absorbed even when we think we're doing the right thing. So just be mindful of what you're doing. And, we're making the earth too hot, and it's going to be a problem for everybody. So that's World Wildlife, Conservation Day. Humans are an invasive species, not an endangered one. Okay, I read that totally wrong. Sorry about that, everyone. Anyways, also, today is the day we have left for the tour.
Yeah, we hit the road, and that's exciting. We are heading to Colorado.
Yeah, we're going to Colorado Springs. That event sold out. Both things sold out in like a week. So
it's pretty insane.
Yeah, and then we'll be in Fayetteville, and then we're going to keep on going. opc.me/tour is where you can get your tickets. And
there are still a few tickets left, y'all. But I don't know which cities. So just hop over to opc.me/tour. And come join us. Come hang out. It would be so fun to meet you in person.
We really want to. It's one of the best ways for us to hang out. And there's lots of prizes. Balance Body is our sponsor of this tour. And that means we're bringing our Contrology equipment with us. We're bringing Bayonne with us. This is the biggest one. This one has 23 cities. So we've outdone ourselves. Truly have. And we will see how we are on the other side. But also while we're on tour, we talked about this last month, but we did not do a sale for Profitable Pilates this past week. I guess it would have been for the Thanksgiving holiday, because we're doing something really special December 26th or the 31st. And so you're going to want, if you've ever wanted to try out agency, if you've ever wanted to experience what it's like to be coached with us, and you want to get it on a discount, you are going to want to make sure that you are paying attention to our emails. And so the best thing you can do is go to prfit.biz/events, because that'll get you on the wait list. I actually just wrote a wait list email for those people.
Nice.
And that way you will not miss out on this amazing opportunity, and it will not come back around. Okay. And then after the new year, we come home, we literally unpack the van. I'm getting my roots and my nails done. I literally told the team there's 0 things that can happen on that day. There's only 2 things that can happen on that day, because my roots will be 5 weeks out, and so will my nails. And we have never tested that before in life.
Yeah. So I'm going to basically unpack the van and repack the van while she's getting her nails done.
I know. And we haven't even decided if we're taking the van. So I'm going to be teaching at the Pilates Journal Expo in Huntington Beach. Brad's going to be at the booth. We've got some fun fireside chats.
We don't need to. But
it depends on if those rugs that we are picking up fit in the other car. So you guys, oh my God, do you want to know this? We have 6 rugs that are waiting for us to pick them up. 6, and they're huge. And the last thing I needed in this house was a rug, but I couldn't say no to 6 rugs. So I have to now maybe get rid of some rugs, or we're going to layer some rugs. Unclear. But this is the things that Brad and I on our ADHD have to figure out. However, we are going to somehow, some car is going to take us to LA, and that car will pick up some rugs before we're at the expo. And then Brad will be at the booth. I'll be running around. I'm doing a fun chat with Ken Endelman. I'm doing a fireside chat that I think Erica Quest is hosting. I got a couple workshops and a class. So go to xxll.co/Pilates Journal. And then also in January, besides being at my birthday, we are going to let the waitlist people in on an amazing deal on the retreat to Cambodia next October. So it happens in January. Why? Because we want to kick off the new year, help you plan your massive travel for the end of the year, and have some fun with us. You can you get to think about it all year long. How cool is that? You'll want to go to crowsnestretreats.com to get on that wait list because again, only the waitlist people get the discount.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a call in January, in like the
yeah.
middle of January, basically.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hang out and talk about it all and answer questions for you. So if you were like, it's interesting, but I'm unsure, come join us for the call. We're gonna email the waitlist about the call. So go on the waitlist, go to crowsnestretreats.com. You'll just see it on the homepage. Scroll down a little bit towards the bottom, and you'll see, find out about the upcoming events and whatever. So we'll be able to email you the Zoom link. And yeah, we're just going to hang out and talk about it. And we'll probably invite a couple of our past retreaters to join us so you can ask them questions and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
But next year is going to be, it's going to be a big trip. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. And we've literally already had people start getting tickets. Okay.
I know.
They got a secret sale and a bunch of people were like, yes, please. So just saying.
They're like, people are like, how do I get the secret sale? Apparently they just asked, guys. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. Then in February, we will have our agency mini. It is happening in February. I don't have the dates in front of us. So prfit.biz/mini will make sure that you do not miss out on when that is happening. But
profit without the O /mini.
If you pay attention to what's happening on December 26th to the 31st, you will not miss out on that mini. So I'm just hinting. I think I'm hinting on the right thing. The team will let me know. In March, we'll be in Poland and we will also be in Brussels. So and with Karen Frischman, so if you want to learn in an intimate setting and for like long days of amazingness with Karen and I, then you're going to want to go to xxll.co/Poland or xxll.co/Brussels to snag your spot. And then at the time we're recording this, they have not announced POT London, but we will be there. And so if you go to xxlo.co/POT, you'll see all the POTs that are happening next year.
That's right.
So when London is there, you will see it there. And if it's not there, you can see all the other things. And just because we're sitting there doesn't mean we're going to be at all of those things.
No, that's true.
So don't get mad.
We'll be at the London one.
We'll be at the London one for sure. Well, I'll be teaching at the London one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, we have to answer an audience question, then we can get into the amazingness of Amy Ledin.
Yes. So, okay, we had a great question. This is from Sam Kreco. Samantha asks from IG, hi, I came across your page and it has really motivated me to make a change. I am an elementary school teacher and have been teaching Pilates on the side for about 2 years now. As a former dancer, I've always had a passion for health and wellness. I'm looking to teach Pilates abroad for a short amount of time, maybe 3 months, but I'm open to longer. I was wondering if you have any suggestions on how to get started. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah. So Sam, here's what is amazing about being a Pilates instructor. You can kind of go anywhere and get a job. Like most studios need people. But on profitpilates.com, we actually had a great blog written by Roxy Menzies about being a traveling Pilates instructor.
Yes.
And it's I think we published it like 8 years ago or maybe 7 years ago. And it is still the top read blog, one of the top read blogs on the website because it's such a hot topic. And so I absolutely recommend reading that blog because she did that for years. She was a traveling Pilates instructor. She did it for years until she settled down and had a family. So I would check out that blog post. There's also, and I think it's linked in that blog post, there at least was a Facebook group for traveling Pilates instructors. Look, I'm not hugely active on Facebook, so I understand, I don't know how that will work, but you can go in there and see what that is. And then there's a couple other apps where studios will put job postings. I think Plank does it, Planke. The PMA has a job board. Essentially though, you would just be surprised. Because here's the thing, you're going to need to know what your kind of style of teaching is called, because obviously that's, for some students, that's going to matter. But for you to enjoy yourself, that might matter. And then sometimes they just post things in groups, or they tell a friend, or you can let people know. One of the girls who did Elevate, she actually ran someone's studio for 6 weeks in Hawaii. So she got to live in the woman's house and live in Hawaii on an island by the beach and run her studio so the woman could take 6 weeks off. What a dream. I think it's amazing. So
I'm all about that. I mean, maybe not at this point in my life because I do have a family and a house. But, if I was 20 years younger and in this position.
Oh, if we still had the apartment in LA when we didn't have the studio, this would have been like up our alley. But
oh yeah, faux show.
Yeah, but now I'm just not going to pay me enough.
I mean,
but you're in.
that too.
You have to. But Sam is in the perfect place. She's that, and she should take advantage of it. I think like so many people are like, oh, this is what I should do. No, if you are not like if you don't have like a lease that you're like dedicated to, like if it's easy for you to be mobile, you should do that while you can, because you will meet and meet so many people, learn so many things. You'll learn about yourself. It's like the same reason why you should come to Cambodia. Like there's just things you have to do in your life so that you can truly level up and figure out what you really want to do. Like that's the cool thing about being a Pilates instructor. Some people will do this for their whole lifetime, and some people will do it seasonally as like a thing that they do until they figure out what they want to do. I love that. So anyways.
I'm in. Well, thanks for asking that question. If you have a question, you can ask us. Go to beitpod.com/questions where you can leave a win or a question. beitpod.com/questions. And last week we got to read out one, and we'd love to hear one from you. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into this great conversation that Lesley had with Amy Ledin, and we'll be right back. All right, now let's talk about Amy Ledin. Amy Ledin is a fat loss and mindset coach. She's the co-founder of Lean Bodies Consulting and the host of the Effort podcast. She helps women in midlife create lasting transformation through training, nutrition, and identity-based habit change. Great.
What?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's so great. Actually, you know what I really appreciated was I've been around you for so long now with your habits training with BJ Fogg, and just listening to you talk about the process and how it all works.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really fun to listen to somebody else talk about habits and habit forming and building with her clients. But I thought it was cool because it was identity-based habit change.
Yeah.
And not just like habit change. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
She uses tools like the DAC, which are her daily agreement cards, which we talked about all the way back in episode 2, I think, or 3.
She was episode 5.
Just kidding. Way back in the beginning. 5. Her DACs, she still uses those. She helps clients reprogram the mental loops that keep them stuck and build a body that reflects their discipline. A stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer fighter, Amy continues to lead and inspire through resilience, integrity, and action. And yeah, I know
this was a big episode.
This is a pretty big episode. It was also
we're gonna spoil some things as we talk about it. So if you didn't listen, it won't be a surprise when you're listening. But like
she has
cancer right now,
recurring for the 4th time, and this time it's attacked her brain.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm really upset. I'm frustrated for her, and we have another friend who's going through something similar. It's like the 2nd time, and you're just like. Like it's just so frustrating because like, of course, they're also the people like doing the work and caring for other people. And they're so generous in all that they do. And you're just like, why can't it be the fucking asshole over there? Why, but it doesn't get to be that person. So we can get into that in a little bit, but I actually want to talk about some other things that I did love that she said.
Yeah. Well, I before that, I just wanted to say, thanks for the update, Amy. And I just wanted to say that I appreciated her honesty. I'm glad you asked the question the way you asked, which was like, how's it going with cancer? Do you still have cancer? What's going on? And she said, yes. And instead of being like, oh, I'm so sorry, you said, I'm sorry, but like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like, I can't remember exactly what you asked, but it was something about like, are you tired of being sorry? Are you tired of people saying that? And she said, I'm actually tired of it. And I'm tired of also being the strong one, because people always tell her, wow, you're so strong.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to be that anymore. I've been doing that for a long time, fighting this. And it's, she doesn't want to do that. So I just thought it was a really candid conversation about somebody who's going through something that, the first times were probably like debilitating and crushing. And this time it's got to be like some kind of a routine at this point for her.
I mean, I think we even talked about like how she didn't even tell them right away, because it's like you just don't even want to like go through the things that people are going to say.
We all know what they're going to say. I mean, we've done it with our pets, and
yeah,
and I'm not comparing them in that way, but the recurring trauma of something that's tragic happening a second time, I can only imagine what, a 4th time, so just wanted to say thank you for asking it the way you did. And Amy, thanks for being candid and being willing to share. And You
Well,
know?
and also like, we had talked before the episode started and it didn't come up.
No.
And so then I was like, oh, Jesus, fuck. Like, she didn't tell. And also, and here's the other thing that it's really important for us to hear. At no point did I go, she never told me. Like, as if, you know what I
Sure.
mean?
It's
Like
it's an affront.
she didn't tell me. I
Yeah.
can't believe she didn't tell me. It's like, I think it's,
No, that's like narcissism. is
I
what that is.
I don't even, it might not mean, you might not be a narcissist who says that and you still say
But
it, but
it's
like,
not about you.
it's never, by the way, it's never about you.
Right.
In fact, if like, if you're someone in my life who I'm not calling, it's probably not about you. Like, it's probably me. Most likely 99.9% of the time, it's me.
Yeah.
So, and so if any of your friends are like me at all, it's also them. It's not you. So if it is you, you can just say, hey, I'm actually a little surprised. And if it is me, I just want to know. If it's not me, no needs to say anything. But like, it's probably not you. But so at no point did I think that. But I was just like, geez, this fucking sucks. Because she is so strong, but she's going to be so tired because people always say to me, they're like, you're so resilient. And it's like, I'm fucking tired of being resilient.
Yeah.
So anyways, she's a badass. Let's get into some of the reasons why she is.
Yeah.
She said on body and identity, and this is another reason why I like the way that she talks about habits, because like she talks about it as embodying it. And I think I shared this about one of my clients the other day, or another episode, where she's like, I'm a healthy person. Like, it's an identity that she wants to be. And a healthy person won't late cancel their Pilates session. So I'm here, even though I would prefer to be laying in bed. Right? Like, so I was so proud of her. I was like, I'm so proud of you, because like, that's how you can make changes in your life. It doesn't have to be habits, but I make changes. And so she said on embodied identity, you have got to show up as the person you want to be. And so for Amy, she talked about how she puts on her makeup and she does her hair and she consciously avoids verbalizing her pain or fatigue with what she's going through managing her stage 4 cancer, because she's really focusing on your body goes in the direction you speak to it. Your body goes in the direction you speak to it. We've all heard like where your energy goes, that's where it flows, right? Like,
sure.
So you can focus on all the negative things that are happening in your life, and guess what you're going to see? All the negative things. And guess what you're watering? You're literally watering the negative things. But if you're focusing on, and it's not a toxic positivity type of focus, but if you're focusing on showing up as the person you want to be and putting your focus in that direction, it is going to get you there. And she said she emphasized the power of maintaining her appearance as a tool to influence her self-perception. So I love this. I do this too, because whenever I feel a little tired, a little run down, if I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I didn't get dressed today.
Sure.
Of course, like, but maybe it's because I also
do
didn't
that.
sleep. But
I
like,
know what you mean. You just kind of, roll out of bed and keep going. And
some days
like,
it happens and you're
oops.
like, oh, no wonder I'm feeling like not myself. You put everything on, and even if that doesn't solve the world's problems, it kind of, you look at yourself in the mirror, you go, I look good. Right? Like, I look great. So she said, not many people realize that it's a big superpower. You want to see a reflection of who you're wanting to be feeling like in the mirror, So I think some people can get a little weird about like, oh, putting on makeup and doing my hair. Like, that's so superficial. It's not, guys. Yes, there are people that are superficial who do that. But like for most of us, it is kind of the thing that helps us show up more as the person we want to be.
Yeah.
Because we're reflecting on the outside.
It's like, I think corporate, usually it's weird about it because it can become like a competition and stuff. But like, there is a reason that people wear a suit and tie in a corporate environment.
Yeah.
Right. It changes the way it's supposed to change the way you act.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's uniforms at schools. It's like kind of so that everyone is like not in pajamas at school, but also like, supposedly supposed to help people like not be wanting up each other, but like
sure.
Kind of also like this, if it's your job to go to school, like then it's your uniform, So I get it.
I definitely have found myself changing my shirt before I get on Zoom calls now, where I'm like, like my old t-shirts aren't really my vibe anymore. And as much as I enjoy them for, running around or, weekend yard work, they're the wrong vibe for when I'm coaching or I'm on a call or whatever. And it definitely gives you a different perception of yourself.
Yeah. And I think like, I just think that, a lot of us are taking notes from people who maybe what they're saying means well, like, especially if you're like, oh my God, I have to spend so much time getting ready every day. Yeah, you don't need that stuff. But like, if you are trying to feel like a more positive person who feels strong and is a leader, like these things can help. Dr. Celeste Hallberg calls she calls them harm reduction acts. Like she would love to not wear makeup and she would love to not have to put on clothes that match. But for her to get her message out, she understands that there is a way that she needs to show up. And if she shows up that way, she reduces the harm she could get in the comments. And so she also like does this thing in the morning so that she can put these things on, so it can show up in the way that she wants to be received so that she can give her message out there. So there's so many different reasons to have things that help you show up as the identity that you want to be so you can actually do the thing that you want to do.
Yeah. Well, that leads pretty straight into what I enjoyed what she
Okay.
was talking about. She was talking about how do we create change in ourselves, and how do we, habit forming and all that kind of stuff. The self-talk, the way that we uh, what we're thinking, it's really interesting because I'm like super analytical and a little bit sarcastic's the wrong word, but cynical is the right word, right? So I'm a little bit cynical. So, I feel like there can be this dissonance of like, oh, when I say these happy things, I'm still lying to myself because it's not reality.
Yeah.
But what she's talking about was basically the way that you say the things to your brain really matters. And it really needs to be identity shifting, the things that you say to yourself. So like, for example, what I've noticed, this is just very basic, but if I wake up and I go, I feel tired, I probably feel tired all day. But if I wake up and I say, I'm ready to go, then I'm going to be ready to go all day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like, I feel good. I feel
Yeah.
good. I'm ready. Let's
Yeah.
do this. Right.
Yeah.
And so in that same vein, she advocates for scripting or writing out your day as if you were already your future self. So this is like future casting, right? And this is also like, you can call it manifesting or whatever. But the idea is that who is it that you want it to be? Who do you want to be? How do you want to operate? How do you want to think? If you create a script for that, and she talks about, I am someone who is good at making decisions, and I make decisions that benefit myself, my future, my family. And, every decision that I make helps lead us towards the path that we're going down. This kind of a thing where it doesn't, it certainly can be, right? And she said, script this, because what happens is you're rewiring your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She said, your brain doesn't actually see the difference between your future self being a scripted version of yourself and the current self, right? And
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing, she said, since 91% of your thoughts are repetitive, which is crazy because I thought it was only 80s. She said 91.
I think it's probably 91.
She said, conscious scripting is your new reality is essential for breaking away from old patterns. And you're trying to show that you can change, you're changing who you are. And as you're scripting this, whatever it's going to be for the future, this mantra that you're going to create for yourself, there will come a point that you start to adopt it in the way that you think.
Mm-hmm.
So it might sound cheesy and weird, but give it a try. I think this is actually really interesting.
Yeah, I actually really like this. And I think like for the people who are like, I'm so busy, you can do this on a commute because you can just talk to text. You can just talk to text.
Yeah. Well, but I think the idea is that if you're scripting it, you want to read it.
Well, but talk to text, then you can read it. Like if you're like, my morning is so busy, it's so chaotic, I got to get everybody out of the door. You could then on your way to work, talk to text and a note on your phone. Here's how my day went. It's the end of the day. Here's how my day went. Like you're scripting the day, right? And then when you get to your desk, you can just read it. You already wrote it.
I don't quite think that's what she means. I think she's saying
You have to handwrite it.
no. She's saying map it out. It's your thing that you do it's the same thing. You repeat it every day. It's the same one.
Oh, you're doing it the same one every single day.
You're creating a script and you're retraining your brain and the way that you think. So how is it that you want to think? Let's write these things down.
If you're already your future self.
Right. as if you were already your future self.
Oh, okay.
I like what you're talking about, because what you're talking about is more like the brain dump kind of a thing of like almost like the morning pages
How the
/
most
notes.
amazing day is going to be. Well, you could still do this part. You could still do it voice to text.
Yeah.
You just have to do the same one every time.
Right, but then you have to remember it. So
I think you will. I think you'll even get more
Eventually.
granular. You'll
I
probably
think
even get
eventually.
better at it. I think you'll even get more details and more
Yeah.
nuances, and the smells and the sounds will be there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help the people out who are like, look, I know what they're going to say, Brad. They're going to say, I don't have time to do this every morning. I don't have time. So I'm trying to give them the permission to find a way.
let's
start the
let's
thing.
change that.
Yeah.
The I don't have time thing. I think that we're making it a lot bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like, okay, maybe the first time you have to spend some time thinking about who you want to be and future
Mhm.
self, but you need to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So but I think your mantra could literally be 2 sentences or 5 sentences. It doesn't have to be paragraphs. We're talking about, something that you can build into your morning routine as a habit, and it becomes a habit, and maybe it's when you're brushing your teeth, you see, the note on the mirror that says daily mantra or daily, identity shifting or whatever it is that
Yeah, you could put it somewhere where you could read it every morning and every night. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think you need to write it out and stick it on the mirror. You could, but to
Do
do it on your
it.
phone, you just need something like you need to, like Lesley says
I like it
before,
on the mirror.
tie it to something that you do daily so that you're gonna see it. Like, for example, the making coffee and doing push-ups while I'm waiting for the coffee to brew.
I like it while you're brushing your teeth because you do probably do that twice a day. I like it being on the mirror, not on your phone, so you don't get distracted. My ADHD
I think
people,
that's wise.
as soon as they open their phone, they're gonna fucking lost and they're somewhere else.
I think that's wise. I'm the same
And
way.
if they don't update that note every day, then the note gets buried. So like, let's just put it on paper on your mirror and you can read it twice a day while you're brushing your teeth. Because while you're brushing your teeth, you're like, man, 2 minutes is a long time. It's a long time. So what if you read it for the whole 2 minutes?
What if? I mean, again, it doesn't have to be 2 minutes long. It could just be a few sentences.
No, it could be a few sentences that you
Yeah, you
read
could read
over
it
and
over
over
and over
again
again.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. No,
Well, stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into some really great Be It action items that Amy shared with us. Like, she's a powerhouse, y'all. I'm very I'm continuously impressed by her.
I know.
Yeah. Well, we'll be right back. All right. So finally, let's talk about those Be It action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Amy Ledin? So funny enough, I'm going to let you say what she got excited about. But she also said she's got this interesting framework that she created about habit building, and she calls it 5 for 50. Okay. And yeah, I kind of thought this was clever. I know you talk a little bit differently about the length of time it takes to build a habit.
Yeah.
Then
I actually like this idea. Here's the thing. Everybody
wait,
needs
let me
ideas.
tell the idea.
Okay.
So 5 for 50. What is it? 5 for 50. You're picking 5 specific things that you want to turn into habits, and you're going to perform these habits for 50 consecutive days in a row, right? So a little redundant there. Consecutive means in a row. So 50 consecutive days, you're going to perform these 5 specific habits that you want to change. And there's one caveat. 4 out of 5 of those must be things you genuinely intend to continue to do long term.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not picking 5 things that you might want to try out. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 4 of the things you definitely want to build into your life. And the 5th thing, maybe that's the thing you want to try out. Right? And the examples that she gave were she has a 26-year-old son who was like, I really want to learn to draw. And he said, I'm going to do it for 30 minutes every day. And after a few days, he was like, whoa, this is overkill. I'm not an amazing drawer.
Oh, that's because
I reduced it to 10 minutes a day. But he still did it 10 minutes a day for 50 days.
Yeah, and so she does give you have the first week to adjust the habit.
Yeah.
So I
increased his time because he got really into drawing.
Yeah.
And by the end of 50 days, she said he was like Michael Jordan of drawing.
Yeah.
She said it's amazing what you can do, how whether it's playing the guitar or whatever it is, the 5th habit is reserved for personal growth area that the person wants to explore. This will allow you to dabble in it to see if it's something you'd like to continue to, without the pressure of a forever commitment. So for her, it was getting back into journaling. She's like, I used to do it. I was really intentional about it before. I got out of the habit of it. And like, I kind of want to do it, but I'm not really sure if I want to do it again. So she was like, I'm going to add that in as my 5th thing. So and yeah, that 7-day window gives you time to redefine those agreements, those 5 things over the 50 days, if the initial commitment proves too much. And I thought this was kind of clever. And so that said, I wanted to check in with you, Lesley, because you said, "Oh, I started learning tarot."
Yeah, tarot. Yeah.
I said tarot.
I know. I'm rowing a boat. I'm learning to
Perot.
row. Yeah, tarot. Yeah, I'm still learning it.
Hercule Poirot.
I'm still learning it. I have missed a few days on the return of our coming here, but I actually, except for according to the app, I missed a couple of times. I think that's because of the plane. Like I actually do believe I did it on the days that I did it, but like it was like you missed a day.
Who knows? Yeah.
But I actually did almost 50 days in a row on that, and I am on a little hiatus because we have to get back to life, and it just was like, okay, this is actually feeling like a job and not like a hobby. And so, but I love it.
Good.
I'm really into it, and I'm really excited because I just got a notification that this 2026 journal is coming, and it's like a daily tarot journal. So it will help me with because with tarot, you have to like immerse yourself in it to learn it. Like you got to learn the cards, but then you got to draw the cards. And so I'm trying to find these different ways to make sure it's around me so it's easy to do.
Sure.
But I am loving this.
This
good. Is really fun for me. And it's also really interesting when I tell people I'm learning it because they're like, "Oh, are you do readings?" And it's like, no, not everything that I do is going to become something I get paid to do. This is for me. I'm doing it for myself.
Yeah.
But I actually I really like, here's the thing. We can all talk about the same thing in different ways. And some people are going to love it and some really love other things. I actually really like the way that BJ does habits, which is what I'm going to go into the rest of the month. That being said, this might be exactly what you want to do. Or you can actually go, I wonder what my 5 habits would be. You can actually use what I am doing for the next month to come up with your 5 for 50. And then starting on day 1 of the year, you could go through the first 50 days of the year using Amy's. So you can actually do both.
Sure.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I thought it was a good,
I love it.
It's a good challenge. It's a challenge, but it's a good one.
And so. I think it is a challenge. And it's not like they do this every 50 days where they start new things. Like they do this, and then I think if she said it was a couple times a year, it's like not like every 50 days, like, okay, it's time for our new 5 and 50. Like you'd run out of things to do. So my beit action items, she is so clever. She actually used her DACs and the beit acronym. So
DACs are the daily action commitments, which for her were cards that she was writing on.
Yeah, like those cute little recipe cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So B is bold. Pick one agreement that matters. So your bold action that she is saying is pick an agreement that matters. And then you're going to do E, which is executable. Write it in real words, not vague words. Be specific on what you're shooting for. And then I, the intrinsic, is link it to how you want it to feel, not how much you want to weigh or how much you want to make. So not anything external, but how that one thing is going to make you feel on the inside. And then T, targeted. Start today, not someday. Be very specific of when you're going to start doing the thing. So I thought that was a really fun way for her to use her DACs with the beit. I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Until you see it right there.
Yeah, I thought it was quite clever.
Yeah, I know. I love when people give me my acronym back. I don't want to make it a rule, but it does make me smile. I'm not saying anything, guests who are listening to this, that maybe you should do it, but but it's really good. I can't believe it's been 555 episodes.
Wait.
She was on episode 5.
Yeah, this is episode 611.
I know, but she was on episode 610. So it's been 555 from her.
605, babe.
Oh. Nailing it. Nailing it on this episode.
600 plus episodes.
Wow. I don't even have my brain doubled down on that. I doubled down on that.
Yeah, you did.
And I really was like, oh, that's 555. That equals 610. 5 plus 5, that's 10. I really This is why I actually write down math when I do it and not do it in my head.
Anyway, we listened to a pod where he says, I don't do live math, so... But yeah, maybe we should adopt that.
Yeah, I should have. Clearly, I don't do live math. All right. I am Lesley Logan, and I am imperfect, clearly, from this episode.
Love it. I'm Brad Crowell. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Make sure you share this with a friend who needs to hear it. It's really, really great. And also, we want to hear, Amy's going to want to hear, especially, like, did you do 5 and 50? Did you pick an agreement? Did you do any of the, like, share it with her. I know she'll love to hear it, and it will inspire her and empower you. And until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.